Hi everyone, and welcome to the June Lunch and Learn sessions by Women in Tech, the Netherlands. My name is Cristina Garcia. I'm a UV Productivity at ASML in the Netherlands. I'm a member of Women in Tech. I'm very happy to be in here hosting this session. For the June Lunch and Learn session, we have the title, The Confidence Queen. So let's discover what the confidence queen means by the hand of Nancy Akeyo. Nancy is a Teams Life coach and founder of the Confidence Queen. She has a vision to have a great impact with a sustainable solution while empowering girls and young women to make informed choices and thrive with confidence. Apart from that, she has a Bachelor of Arts Projects Planning and Management and a Master's MBA Strategic Planning and Management by the University of Nairobi. So please welcome Nancy and let's discover together what the Confident Queens means. Hi, Nancy. Super happy to have you here today with us.
Hi, Christina. And hi, everyone. Hi, ladies. I'm glad to be here. And thank you, Christina, for giving me the opportunity to be in this platform. And of course, Women in Tech, Netherlands, for making it happen. So thank you very much. I'm here to actually give you a story of the Confidence Queen. Thank you.
Yeah, so as typically for the Lunch and Learn sessions, we are going to do some questions. Please, the people in the audience, you can reach out via the chat. So please write down your comments, thoughts, wishes, questions. And after the conversation with Nancy, we will try to pick up some of the questions that you write down. But for the moment, we will start with our conversation by asking Nancy, pretty basic question. So, how did the Confidence Queen begin, and what were the main motivations behind its creation?
Thank you for the question, Christina. And I will start by actually talking about the Confidence Queen. The Confidence Queen was born in the year 2020. It's a mentorship academy, it's a social enterprise, and it's now 3 years old with a vision to empower and support the young girls and women in their journey to unlock their potential. And it started actually during COVID when the girls were at home, not going to school. And before establishing the Confidence Queen, I was working for an international organization, and I was actually interacting with girls, and we had several events that we were implementing, and I got the opportunity to interact with the girls and just to identify the challenges, the needs, and when now I started the Confidence Queen, I already knew the needs and identify them. And I just wanted to actually focus on building the self confidence and resilience in these girls. I wanted to address the social and health issues that are actually affecting these girls, especially sexual reproductive health and menstrual health management. And I also wanted to contribute to bridging the gap, the gender gap in STEM, because most of the girls actually do not know how to identify or their career path. So this is also was a gap that actually I saw, and our vision for the Confidence Queen, of course, we want to envision a world where girls and women know their values, they talk freely with love, with freedom, and also to live a fulfilled life full of confidence so that they can thrive in this life. And one mission that we have, we want to unlock their potential by actually cultivating their skills, worth, and believing in themselves with confidence. And we, of course, we work with the schools, we work with the communities, we work with the NGOs, and we partner with the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education, which is very, very important because we need collaboration to make it work, especially when you're working with the schools. You need the Ministry of Education and Health, because some of our components, like menstrual health, falls under school health policy. So that is very important to us. So it was actually not very easy to start this project. And actually what really pushed me to start this, the motivation behind this was actually I wanted to see these girls building their confidence, and through affirming their ability, highlighting their strength, and encouraging them to take the challenge that actually they are going through our mentorship, skill building, the workshop, leadership skills, and fun activities that we do during our session. And to talk about addressing the social and health issues, sexual reproductive health is a major thing that actually girls go through. They don't know their reproductive system. They don't know how to manage their periods. And of
It's a
course, in
topic
Kenya,
taboo, right? Still
yes,
for them.
yes, actually, yes, because in Kenya, we still have period stigma and shame, where the girls actually keep to themselves and they don't want to start talking about period. And the third one is what I had already said, bridging the gap. In many African countries, including Kenya, there's actually often a gender disparity in STEM education and careers. You find fewer women, fewer girls are taking up option for STEM courses compared to boys. So some of the reasons, of course, you find that they are lacking the support, especially role models, and the resources that they need. Some of the schools are not actually connected to the power grid. So those are some of the challenges that they face. And also they have inadequate resources and the facilities. Yeah. So actually those are the key things that pushed me, that motivated me to start this mentorship academy.
Going to
Yeah.
have a bit of water, sorry. So I think, Nancy, hearing you, is so much things to do. No, there are so much things to do, and how you connect all of them. Because at least how I will sum up this is like, let the girls be owners of their own destiny. So let the girls decide, but based on something. Let them have the knowledge, the experience, the roles, the mentorship, no, so they can make decisions based on something. Yeah, I would like to move to the next question. And for that, between the different topics you have mentioned, I would like to focus on the mentorship program. I think it's pretty important and is one of your key steps in the Confidence Queen. It's mentioned mentorship program. So what are the challenges or obstacles you encounter when establishing and developing this program? And until now, how did you overcome them?
Oh, good question, Christina. One thing that I should actually point out, it's very important to note that every business, every project is unique in a way, and the challenges may vary depending on specific contexts and the goals. So overcoming the challenges actually requires the effort, the thoughtful plan, ongoing communication, and all that. So when we started the Confidence Queen, when it was established 3 years ago, of course there was challenges, and one of the challenges, because it is a startup, you find that your brand is not well known outside there. So people not believing in your brand, and parents are actually not sure of what you offer. So that was a major challenge. And how actually we came up with the strategy to to overcome this was, one, we could actually have several free sessions that we were giving to the girls and the moms, so that at least they can have a feel of what the Confidence Queen is offering. So with that, we actually managed to connect and create the network within the community. Number two, reaching out to the girls. You know, the Confidence Queen work with the two groups. One group, we work with the disadvantaged girls in the slums and in the rural. You find that they are not able even to pay for the mentorship. So for them, we give them free mentorship. And then we work with a certain group where the parents are able to pay for the mentorship. So the proceeds that we get from the parents who are able to pay for the mentorship help us actually to reach out to these girls in the community where they cannot afford the mentorship. So in that situation, one of the challenge was reaching out to these girls in the slums. And remember, during COVID, we could not meet. So we just had to do the online, and some of the girls did not have the phones. So they had to wait for their parents until evening, then they can use their parents' phone. So that was a major challenge. Another challenge was actually having the support and the funding for this initiative, because it is new. And of course, there's some requirements when it comes to a startup. The companies and even the donors want to see you've been working for the last 3 years or 4 years, and we didn't have that. So this was also one of the challenge that I would say that really really made us think otherwise. And we put things in place. Of course, we registered our mentorship academy, and now it is legally registered. And also, we are trying to look at the proposals and partnering with other organizations. Lastly,
Yeah.
getting
Here,
the
Nancy, I
volunteers.
have a question maybe for you, because
Yes,
typically you are mentioned how difficult it was to, build the confidence in the brand itself. Typically, if you think about a startup,
yes.
what investors will look is revenue in terms of money. But here, in your case, in the Confidence Queen case, the revenue is more uh, a result in the girls itself. Is not in money, is not in objects. The value is really in what you offer to the people and how that people will evolve from that. So that also makes kind of a barrier to show in numbers where is the value of the company, where is the revenue of the company, right?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that is a one way, because we have, as much as we are impacting the girls, we also make the revenues. And some of the things that we do, actually, we publish the books. We have the journals that actually help the girls to reclaim their confidence. We also just published a book on menstrual hygiene guide that will help the girls to start their conversation about periods, and also share with their peers and talking to their parents and all that. So that's also a way for us to for sustainability approach that we are also looking at in the Confidence Queen. And of course, since then we started with the around 10 girls, but as at now we can see the impact that we have really made so far. 5,000 girls reach in schools with menstrual health, hygiene, and sexual reproductive health. We have actually reached out 300 moms. As I said, that we also reach out the moms to have a feel of what the Confidence Queen is offering. So we're also reaching them in terms of menstrual health, and also mommy daughter workshop. We just want them to bond together. And so far, we have conducted 2 annual STEM conference, because we also inspire these girls to take up the STEM courses. So what we do, we call some few women who have made it in life. And so far, the Confidence Queen, we have a network of around 30 role models in Kenya that actually help us to inspire these girls. So we have a annual event that the women come and just talk to girls and help them with their career path journey. And it has been quite good to just hear from the girls talking about their career, what they want to do.
I think we will pick this topic later in the conversation, but before moving to that, I'm showing now in the screen a slide where the Confidence Queen shared the milestones or the achievements until now. So I would like to ask you, since the creation of this program, of this also mentorship program inside of the Confidence Queen, what are those milestones or achievements that you are really proud of and you want to highlight?
The milestone that I'm really proud of, one, we have actually reached many girls with the mentorship, working with the schools, and just having access to the schools. We have partnership with the Ministry of Education, the MOU, which actually allows us to work in schools. So for me, that is an achievement that really make me feel that we can scale up this mentorship to many schools in Kenya. And of course, we are reaching out the girls with the sanitary pads. And so far, we have given around 20,000. And in terms of the growth, the company growth, I now have a team. I started by myself, and you know that when you start your startup, it's a very big challenge to get those who will volunteer and just working for you for free. So it was also a challenge, but I can say that it is a milestone such that I already have a team of 6. We have 4 mentors, and of course, with myself, now we are 5, with other 2 men that are actually helping us to make this happen.
Okay, so I hope in the coming years, months, you will have more and more milestones and achievements to share, Nancy, because it's really nice what you do. But let's move to the next question. So now you have already, as you mentioned, you already work in other organizations before, but the Confidence Queen has been in the path for the last 3 years. So in your experience, what are the most common struggles or barriers that young girls in Kenya face when, for example, they want to pursue a career or leadership path, and especially if we focus in STEAM? And actually, maybe adding to the question, is this mentorship program addressing these challenges and helping them to face them?
Oh, thank you. In my experience, actually, in many society, young girls often face unique struggles and the barriers when pursuing their career or leadership paths. So while progress has been actually made in recent years, even in Kenya and in Africa as a whole, but we are still very far. Yeah. And there are still several common challenges that young girls may encounter during their journey to choosing their career and also in leadership. So, in our experience, young girls actually face challenges such as confidence. That actually the major things, because normally when we have the sessions, we ask them anonymously to write their questions and the challenges that they go through, and just because we are giving them a safe space and unjudgmental space where they can actually write their thoughts without being judged. So when you give them that
like
space,
a safe space, right? Like
yeah,
a
the safe
safe.
space. Yes. So when you give them that space, you will actually get more insights, because one, they know no one is going to judge them. Secondly, they know, okay, I've written it, but no one even knows who has written this. So
It's me.
you get all the insight that you want. So the lack of confidence is a major key, and self-doubt. They don't believe in themselves, and also lack of role models. They are not exposed. They don't have anyone to walk with them, to hold their hands and inspire them actually to that path of choosing their career and even leadership skills. Limited access to resources and also education and culture biasness. Those are major challenges that these girls go through. So our mentorship program actually addressing these challenges by providing tailored guidance, networking opportunity for these girls so that they can access those resources. Of course, we have educational resources that we are publishing, and we also have the workshop that they attend. We want to connect them with the role models and just to build their confidence and stand up for their voices. Yeah.
Yeah, regarding this safe space, how important is to realize that you are not the only one that is having the same thought, or you are not the only one that is passing for the same problem. Not like when you maybe just pick one of those writing notes and you read it in law, and you are like,
Mhm.
oh, that is really similar to what I have written in my note. So that's also, I think, helps to open step to step, not like to be more confident about share it. And also indeed, like how important it is to have role models to look up, how important it is to see that other women have done what maybe, yeah, you are dreaming about. So that's, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, it's even sometimes comparing probably the situation. I'm from Spain. I live in Spain. That is, women are incorporated to the laboral environment, to different works, and even though sometimes when you are, yeah, you are dreaming to do certain kind of jobs, you feel a bit like, oh, why there is no any women there? Maybe it's not for me. So can imagine that simply rise up incredibly if around you you don't have your mom, your aunt, your cousin, anyone that you can look up and ask and feel, oh, that's like what I want to be in 10 years. So that's a really important step to do.
Yeah, it is. And also, it is very important to note that these struggles that they go through and the barriers actually it varies based on the cultural, societal, and also region context.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the
yeah,
efforts to just address these challenges require the joint effort. And that's
yeah,
why we are here. Yes.
indeed. Okay, and now you say that sometimes you ask the girls to write down the struggles or the challenge they have, but also I know you also ask a lot of feedback because you like to know what the girls think after one sessions, two sessions, meeting a role model or having a mentorship moment. So how is the feedback that you receive from the girls, and also how do you measure the impact or the success that your program is having in the life of these girls?
Okay, when it comes to the feedback and also the testimonials, we do actually each and every sessions that we have with the girls, we like to have their feedback. In fact, in terms of writing them down, as that is, I think, the best space ever. Of course, we ask them the questions during the after the session, but we also give them that space where they can write anything. With that, we get more insights, and we have actually received several feedback. As I can see, you have displayed some from the
I'm
girls.
showing
That's
some.
just saying that they like that class. The session was insightful. Oh, thank you, Teacher Nancy. It's good just to know how to choose my career. It's just good to know who I am because they're also fighting their identity. So our first topic normally, like, self-awareness, identity. So it's also good to hear from these girls just loving the session. And there was another case where I went to another school, and one of the comment was like, oh, I want you to go and talk to our headmistress so that you can be given more time, so that we
Oh,
spend more time with you. That alone tells you that
yeah,
they're enjoying the class, because
indeed.
some of these our classes are fun and very engagement, and they like it because we have so many activities that we carry out with them. And when you talk about the impact and how we measure it, one, we conduct regular program evaluation through our qualitative study, and we also have the surveys that actually help us to identify the areas for improvement and also make it necessary to adjust adjustments to meet any evolving needs that we can actually encounter. Yes.
Also, regarding the mentorship program, do you collaborate with other organizations? Do you have extra partnership that help you to enhance the impact, to raise the impact of the program?
Come again?
So I was asking if regarding the mentorship program, do you do this alone by yourself, or do you also try to reach other startups, other organizations? So try to do partnership with other people so they can bring more input to the mentorship program and increase the impact, the power of this program in the girls.
Oh yeah, sure. We actually leverage on networks because we believe partnering with organizations that have established network. For example, now Women in Tech or any other, I'm just giving an example, but just having a partnership with the organization that have established the network can really help us to increase the visibility and the reach of our mentorship program. So we are also accessing the community, potential actually sponsors and partners. Besides that, there are some few organizations that actually we are currently partnering with. We have Shimasomo. This is our technology partner that comes on board to give us a platform, a digital platform where girls will be accessing the information about sexual reproductive health and menstrual health, cancer screening information for free. So we are actually launching it in the month of August, and we just want to reach out as many girls as possible. Another partnership that we have, the Confidence Queen, we were lucky to be the top 5 women-led organization for the incubator, Disrupt Her Incubator, powered by Plan International, with the partnership with Growth Africa and Sacco Innovation. So I'm really glad to be part of it because they have taken me through the training since February, and the topics were crafted to actually meet the needs of our organization. So it is such an honor, and it has really been good because after the training, they will also help us to publish our book, the menstrual health book that we are going to distribute to the girls. And lastly, of course, we have the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health. But we are, of course, open to other partnership, those that are like-minded, that we can work together, because I think it is very important. We cannot do it alone.
Yeah. And as you mentioned before, it's not just one box of the society environment that has to change. There are different elements that are connecting and together create this environment for the girls. So if you want to change that environment, and if you want to them, to give them other view, other way, or the confidence, the role models, the future view, no, like you should have help from others to change all the different small elements that are part of the puzzle. So that's really great to hear. But now we are reaching the end of our conversation, but I would like to ask to the audience if they have questions to Nancy, comments, highlights, something that they would like to know from her, that they would like to ask you, if they want some extra information from the Confidence Queen, because now is the time to do it. Ladies and also gentlemen, I see we have. So it will be nice if you write your questions in the chat, that we will pick them. And in the meantime, we have time for another question. So we have been talking before this conversation, of course, Nancy and myself, and I would like to address here one of the topics that called most my attention. That is when you explained me that after this feedback from the girls and being with the girls working for the last 2 years, you realized that, for example, the girls sometimes say, oh, I want to be a doctor, or oh, I want to be an engineer, oh, I want to be a teacher, but they don't have the steps or the information on how to become that. So they have a lack of information in between they are in the school and then you have a profession. So there are a gap of information in the process to become something in terms of professional life. So do you find, or have you think, or are you working in which is the best strategy to try to provide those steps, that information to the girls' path so they can reach the final objective?
Wow. That's a very good question, and that is a major problem to these girls. Well, at the Confidence Queen, we are working towards that. Number one, I have started working on the content for the book, the career book, Connect, which is actually will be published next year, and that is one of the reasons as to why we really want to help this girl. Secondly, as I mentioned, that we are planning to have our role models on board. This is also another approach that we want to take so that these girls have a chance and the opportunity to meet with these women who have already made it in life, because we have diverse, professions, and these girls actually do not even know how many clusters, career clusters do you have. And this one actually from the experience of our education career day last year, which we had, and we had quite a number of girls, around 50 of them. And now when we ask them about the career cluster, majority did not even have a clue what the career clusters are. So what we need to do is we ask them, what do they want to become? Of course, at this point also the adolescents are exploring their career. They can tell you, I want to be a doctor. Then you bring a doctor role model on board to explain to them what it takes to be a doctor, what are the skills you need to get to be a doctor. And then you find the girls are saying, no, me, I didn't know that to become
I don't
a
want to be a doctor
neurosurgeon.
anymore.
Sorry?
They are like, no, now I don't want to be a doctor
Yeah, now
anymore.
I don't want to be a neurosurgeon. I didn't know that neurosurgeon drill the head or maybe do the operation. You see, now
Yeah.
they start to think outside the box that, okay, for me to become a neurosurgeon, I need to do this. For me to become a lawyer, I need like 12 years, in school. I don't want that. Then they start actually to open up and say, okay, now that is the time now we want to explore with them, like different clusters, so that they know what it takes to be what they want to be. Yeah. So the conferences will help us to have the role models on board to help these girls actually with their career path.
And this should be like a closed cycle, right? So the first
Yes.
girls that we are helping now should be in few years.
Will be the role models.
Exactly,
Yes. Yeah.
like those girls should come back and say, hey, I was here 5 years ago, I finished my degree, and now I can explain you what it means to be a doctor.
Yeah, sure. Actually, that is what we call the sustainability, that the girls
Indeed.
that we are mentoring today will be the mentors
Yeah,
tomorrow
of the
and
future,
come back
indeed.
and support these other girls. Yeah.
Indeed. So, well, I don't see any questions. It's more comments and also people saying how amazing is what you are doing here. From my side, I don't have any more questions for this conversation, Nancy. I don't know if you want to join something else to share with the audience.
I just wanted maybe to show you some of the books actually that we
Sure.
have, as we mentioned. Yes, we mentioned that we are also publishing the education materials.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Menstruopedia comic that helped the girls to start the conversation about their period. What about the period, the product they use, and all that. And it's a comic base, as you can see, very interesting, user friendly, and that also helped the parents. And then I have the self-confidence activity journal. This is for 14 years to 19. It's also a very nice book to help them reclaim their confidence. And then we have the 8 to 12 years old, just starting to know themselves, who they are, So it's also a very nice journal. And now this is the the curriculum that we use for our mentorship academy. We call it Little Miss Confident Queen Journey. So this is the curriculum that we use for the girls. So anyone passing through our mentorship academy must go through that. Yeah. So that is how we want the girls to be confident.
Well, so at this point, Nancy, I just want to thank you to being here today and to share what the Confidence Queen is doing for the girls. And I really hope that in the coming times, or I don't know, I will not say how many years or how many months, but yeah, I hope new milestones come and new achievements will be reached. So just because you are doing such a nice job with these girls, and I hope more people feel inspired by you after this conversation to just do something where they live and try to help those girls around them to also be able to succeed and to have ownership on their own lives. So thank you, Nancy, a lot for being with us here today. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Women in Tech Netherlands, for the opportunity. And just to encourage all the girls and women there, if you know your passion, you have your dream and vision, just start. Yeah. So thank you very much.
And of course, for the audience, any questions, any comments, I think Nancy is open to hear you. So you can reach her in LinkedIn, for example, and also, same for Women in Tech, the Netherlands. So we are stopping here. Thanks everyone for joining in the June Lunch and Learn session, and see you in the coming episodes. Bye, Nancy.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.